Are you over 60 and sometimes feel a quiet kind of loneliness? Not the loud kind, but the kind that shows up when the phone doesn't ring, when the house feels too quiet, or when you wish you had someone to share a walk, a thought, or even just a coffee with. As we get older, maintaining close relationships becomes harder. Not because we've changed, but because life has. People move, loved ones pass, routines shift, and suddenly it's not as easy to make new friends, to stay connected, or to feel truly seen. But here's the truth. You are never too old to build deep, meaningful relationships. And the need for connection, that doesn't fade with age. If anything, it grows. In this video, we'll explore how to create stronger, more fulfilling connections in your later years. Whether you're looking for new friendships, deeper bonds with family, or even love. These are real tips from a senior life coach, grounded in psychology, empathy, and lived experience. You'll learn why relationships are vital to your health and happiness, where to find connection again, and how to rebuild a social life that feels joyful, honest, and deeply human. So, if you've ever thought, "Is it too late for me?" This video is for you. Number 1. Why relationships matter more than ever after 60. It's easy to underestimate the power of human connection, especially when we've grown used to doing things on our own. But after 60, relationships aren't just nice to have, they're essential for your health, happiness, and even your brain. Research from Harvard, the Mayo Clinic, and the CDC all point to one striking truth. People with strong social ties tend to live longer, feel happier, and experience less cognitive decline than those who feel isolated. Why? Because connection isn't just emotional, it's biological. When we laugh with a friend, share a meal with someone we trust, or even just exchange a warm hello, our bodies release feel-good chemicals like oxytocin and dopamine. These reduce stress, support immune function, and keep the brain active. And it goes deeper than that. Your brain is like a muscle. It needs stimulation to stay sharp. Talking with others, listening, exchanging ideas, all of these activate memory, reasoning, emotional regulation, and language centers in the brain. In fact, seniors with strong relationships are less likely to develop dementia and more likely to recover faster from illness or depression. Even short, meaningful conversations can have an impact. That 5-minute chat with a neighbor? It's medicine for your mind. So if you've been telling yourself, "I'm fine on my own," take a moment to reflect. There's strength in solitude, but thriving often requires others. Even one solid, trusted relationship can change your entire experience of aging. So let's build on that. In the next chapter, we'll explore why connection sometimes gets harder, and what you can do when it does. Number 2. The quiet challenges that erode connection. If you've ever felt like relationships were easier when you were younger, you're not imagining things. In our earlier years, connection was built into our routines, through work, raising families, community events, and friendships that came naturally. But after 60, the social landscape shifts, and not always gently. One of the most difficult parts of aging is the loss of loved ones. A spouse, a best friend, a sibling. People who once knew your story without explanation. Their absence can leave behind more than sadness. It leaves silence, and sometimes that silence becomes a habit. You might also be adjusting to retirement, an empty nest, a new living situation, or a health challenge. These changes can quietly pull you away from the people you once felt close to. Even mobility issues or no longer driving can shrink your social circle without you realizing it. There's also the emotional side. I don't want to be a burden. Everyone's already busy with their own lives. I wouldn't even know what to say. These thoughts feel protective, but over time, they build walls instead of bridges. And here's something few people talk about. As we age, it can be harder to reach out first. Pride, fear of rejection, or simply not knowing how to begin again can stop us before we even start. You're not alone in these feelings, and they are completely normal. The key is recognizing them not as failings, but as signs that it's time to nurture connection a little more intentionally. In the next chapter, we'll explore where to start and how to gently re-enter the world of friendship and belonging, one step at a time. Number 3. Starting again. Where to find new connections. Rebuilding your social life after 60 may feel awkward or overwhelming, especially if it's been a while since you put yourself out there. But the truth is, meaningful connection doesn't start with a dramatic gesture. It starts with small, honest steps and a willingness to explore. So, where do you begin? 1. Join groups that spark your interest. Think about what lights you up, even just a little. Do you enjoy knitting, gardening, dancing, hiking, playing cards, or learning new things? Community centers, libraries, senior groups, and adult education programs often host interest-based meetups that welcome newcomers. When you join a group that already shares a passion, conversation flows more naturally, and friendships tend to form with less effort. 2. Volunteer. Give and receive. Volunteering is one of the most rewarding ways to meet people and feel connected. You're not just filling time, you're making a difference, which brings a deep sense of purpose, and you're likely to meet others who also value kindness, empathy, and contribution. Whether it's reading to children, helping at a food bank, or assisting with community events, every hour you give opens the door to connection. 3. Don't be afraid of technology. Yes, it can feel intimidating at first, but technology is one of the most powerful tools for connection in later life. Video calls with grandchildren, WhatsApp chats with friends, Facebook groups for shared interests, even Zoom classes or online support circles. If you're unsure how to use a platform, ask someone to walk you through it, or look for beginner tutorials made just for seniors. You're not too old to connect online. You just haven't been shown how yet. The first step is the hardest, but once you take it, you may be surprised how much warmth and companionship is still waiting out there. Next, we'll talk about how to turn those new connections into something real and lasting. Number 4. Turning acquaintances into real friends. Meeting people is one thing, but building real friendships, the kind that feel natural, mutual, and deeply fulfilling, takes a little more intention. It's not about forcing connection. It's about showing up in small, meaningful ways over time. Start small, show up consistently. Every deep friendship begins as a light touch point, a smile, a shared comment, a casual chat. Don't pressure yourself to click instantly. Instead, focus on being consistent. Attend that class regularly. Say hello to the same people. Stay just a little longer after each event. Familiarity breeds trust, and trust is the soil in which friendships grow. Practice active listening. One of the most powerful gifts you can offer someone is your attention. Look them in the eye. Listen without interrupting. Reflect back what they say. People naturally warm to those who make them feel seen and heard. When you listen deeply, you invite depth in return. Create shared experiences. Nothing bonds people faster than doing something together. It could be a weekly walk, a community project, volunteering side by side, cooking, or crafting together. These shared moments build a kind of emotional shorthand. Stories, jokes, and memories that become the glue of lasting relationships. Final tip: let things unfold. Don't try to rush closeness. Friendship is a slow, blooming flower, not a spark. Stay curious, be kind, and allow connection to grow naturally over time. In the next chapter, we'll talk about how honest communication can take these bonds even deeper, and why openness is the secret to feeling truly connected. Number 5. Communicate with openness and intent. Even the strongest relationships can drift when communication is unclear. In our later years, we sometimes assume others just know how we feel, or we stay quiet to avoid conflict or seeming needy. But real connection isn't built on silence. It's built on honesty, intentionality, and the courage to express what matters. Say what you mean, gently. If you miss someone, tell them. If something they said hurt you, speak up with kindness. If you want more time together, say so. You're not too much. You're not a burden. And asking for what you need isn't selfish. It's how relationships deepen. Clear communication reduces misunderstanding and builds emotional safety. Don't expect mind reading. Even longtime friends and family can't read your mind. When we suppress feelings, especially disappointment, loneliness, or hurt, those feelings tend to grow quietly into distance or resentment. A simple sentence like, "I'd love it if we could talk more often," or "Sometimes I feel left out and I don't want to lose our closeness," can open doors you didn't know were closed. Make space for others to share too. Openness is a two-way street. Ask how others are doing, and really listen. People often mirror the emotional tone we set. When you're honest, gentle, and present, you give others permission to do the same. Real connection isn't about always agreeing. It's about feeling safe enough to be your full self and inviting others to do the same. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to maintain and nurture these strong bonds over time. Number 6. Keep relationships strong through the years. Starting a friendship or rekindling family closeness is a powerful step. But what keeps it alive? Just like a garden, relationships need steady care, even when life gets busy or circumstances change. Here are 3 ways to sustain connection and keep your relationships healthy over time. Stay in touch, even when it's inconvenient. It's easy to say, "I'll call her next week," or "We'll catch up soon." But weeks can turn into months. So make it a habit. Set reminders to reach out. Schedule regular check-ins. Send a quick note or message just to say you're thinking of them. It doesn't have to be long or perfect. Consistency matters more than length or timing. Even a short, "How are you?" can mean the world. Express gratitude and affection. We often assume others know we care, but hearing it matters. Say, "Thank you." Tell someone you appreciate their friendship. Remind family members what they mean to you, even if you've known them for 40 years. Gratitude creates warmth and safety. It tells others, "I see you. I value you." Adapt as life changes. As we age, our energy, health, and responsibilities shift, and so do the needs of those around us. What worked last year might not work now. Some people may grow distant, while others become closer. Strong relationships allow for change, and they grow stronger when we meet each other with patience and flexibility. Think of your relationships as living things. They don't need perfection. They just need presence, intention, and gentle tending. Next, we'll talk about something just as important: how to stay connected to others while also staying true to yourself. Number 7. Learn to love without losing yourself. It's a beautiful thing to build strong bonds with others, but sometimes in the desire to stay connected, we forget to stay connected to ourselves. In your later years, you've earned a deep sense of self, your values, your rhythm, your freedom. Strong relationships should support that, not consume it. Here's how to love others without losing yourself in the process. Maintain your own space and interests. Friendship doesn't mean sameness. Love doesn't mean constant closeness. Continue investing in what makes you feel alive. Reading, walking, crafting, volunteering, resting, learning. These are part of your identity. A well-rounded life makes you a more engaged, interesting, and fulfilled companion, and protects your emotional independence. Balance support and autonomy. It's easy to slip into roles: the helper, the caregiver, the fixer, especially if someone relies on you emotionally. But healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, not quiet sacrifice. It's okay to say, "I need time for myself today. I want to help, but I also need rest." Let's take a break and check in tomorrow. These boundaries don't weaken connection. They strengthen it. Choose relationships that respect who you are. At this stage in life, you've likely learned what feels good and what drains you. Spend time with those who uplift, listen, and share your values. You deserve peace. You deserve companionship that honors your growth, not just your history. Loving others deeply starts with knowing your worth, because when you feel whole on your own, every relationship becomes a choice, not a need. Next, in our final chapter, we'll reflect on the heart of it all, why connection matters, and what you can do today to start deepening it. Number 8. Final words from a life coach. If there's one message to take from this video, it's this. You're not done. Not with growing, not with connecting, not with building something meaningful. Whether you're 60, 70, 80, or beyond, relationships are still within reach. Not just old ones to be mended, but new ones to be formed. Connections that make you laugh, think, feel supported, and feel seen. Connection is a health practice. Just like you brush your teeth or stretch your legs, social connection is a kind of wellness routine. It keeps your mind sharp, your heart full, and your days more meaningful. And remember, it's not about the number of people in your life. It's about the quality of those connections. Even one trusted friend, one honest conversation, one shared moment can change everything. What you can do today. You don't need to wait. Ask yourself, who could I reach out to this week? What activity have I been curious about joining? Is there a relationship I'd like to rebuild? Or a new one I'm ready to begin? It starts with one call, one message, one smile. You are not too old. You are not too late. And you are not alone in wanting more. This next chapter of your life can be rich with connection, if you're willing to open the door. Thank you for watching. And if this video spoke to you, share it. Someone else may be quietly waiting for a message like this too.